Good morning, guys. It is 3:40 in the morning right now, and we're here at the island. So we're gonna go hunting for some crabs this morning, and see if we can get a few. And if we manage to catch a few, then we'll cook a few up right here in the same spot when we get back. And but let's get on the water. Okay, we should be warmed up. So to show you guys, so today was not a great day for crabbing, but it was an okay day. We caught 5 crabs total, 1 female and 1 undersized. So this is the blue crab, you can see. So in Texas, they have to be at least 5 inches from spine to spine to be able to legally keep them. There's no limit, as far as I know. No, not as far as I know. I know there's no limit. Let's see. So, scientific name of these guys is Callinectes sapidus. Calli from the Greek meaning beautiful. Nectes supposedly means swimmer or swimming. I couldn't find any reference for that. And sapidus is from Latin, meaning tasty or savory, which is true. So I don't know if you guys can see, but here on this side, this is the apron, and so you can see how it's kind of skinny. That means this is a male. Also, the females tend to have more of a reddish tinge on their claws. This guy's waking up, so I'm going to put it back. I want that to fall. So, even though you're allowed to keep both males and females, I prefer to throw the females back, just because, you know, like with a lot of other animal species, the females are, you know, really the ones that are, you know, important for the you know, for the population, or more important, I should say, for the population of these crabs. You know, I mean, the males, you know, can fertilize and fertilize and fertilize, but the eggs, the females are the ones that carry the eggs that will eventually develop into adult crabs. So I don't know, I always feel a little bit bad keeping female crabs, so I generally don't keep female crabs. Otherwise we would have had 4 crabs today. I was doing some reading and I found out, so, you know, whenever I read a regulation for fishing, I assume that, you know, a lot of those regulations are based on research. And so I thought, okay, so if we're allowed to harvest those crabs that are 5 inches across and above, that means they've, you know, maybe are reaching the end of their reproductive period. You know, meaning that they've already reproduced enough times that we can harvest them without really, you know, negatively affecting the population. But it turns out that's not necessarily true. My fire's dying. That's not necessarily true. I think when they're about 4 inches across, they reach maturity, although there's apparently a lot of variability in crab size. But one thing I did find out, though, is that in a single breeding season, the female crabs can produce several clutches, all of which, you know, can be fertilized and go on to grow up to be big crabs. That being said, I also read an interesting fact that stated that only about one or two of the eggs that the female actually lays will develop into adult crabs. So, you know, another good reason to take it easy on the female crabs. Anyways, we're gonna let this water boil. This is just some seawater, and then we're gonna cook these guys up and have some breakfast. Okay, so the water's almost coming to a boil. So generally, I my preferred method of dispatching blue crabs is by just putting them in the freezer when I get home. I feel like that's a bit, you know, kinder. But, you know, putting them in a pot of boiling water also accomplishes the same thing. I just always feel like it's a little bit more cruel. But other than that, you know, crabs are hard to really. It's not like a fish that you can bonk on the head and bleed out. You know. So, but I like to get the steam nice and hot so that it's, you know, as quick as possible and don't let the animal suffer. So I think we've got a nice boil. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these guys in. That kind of heat back up, and we'll put another one in there. Another meal. This guy's beautiful. Let me show you. Look at that color. Look at that color. That is why they call them blue crabs. He's missing a claw. And I think I'm just going to cook 2 today. This other guy, I'll leave in here and I'll cook him. I'll put him in the freezer and cook him at home. There's a crab recipe that I've been wanting to try, but it requires about a cup's worth of crab meat, which is quite a bit. And so I've been kind of collecting them. So I'm going to add that guy to that crab collection and cook him later. Let's see how these guys are doing. They're already starting to change color. See if I can show you guys. So you can see the tips of the claws are already changing color. But we want to make sure that they turn completely orange. And I put them upside down to reduce the risk of them jumping out. these guys are ready. I'm just gonna. So I brought some butter because you know crab and butter is crab and butter, and I'm just gonna put it in the pot to melt it, and then we'll have some breakfast. Okay, the butter's melted. Oh yeah, crabs are cooked. Look at that. Okay, let's eat. So, I found, for me, really aren't that many ways to eat a crab. But for me, the best way to do it is I like removing the claws and legs first. So let's do that. One claw. Second claw. Legs. Legs. Oh, get the swimmer legs. Still hot. Okay. And then, so remember we're talking about the apron? Again, this is another shot, nice shot of the thin apron. Some say it's T-shaped. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty different from the female apron. So it's like, you know, it's hard to confuse them. So you can open this and then kind of just like use that to peel the carapace off the body of the crab. So let's do that. So you need a little tool to lift up the tail. Oop, there's his little crab penis, or crab sex parts right there. And that does it. There you go, easy. So if you're gonna make stuffed crab or something, you know, you keep the carapace and after taking them apart, you put the poor guy back in there. A little bit sadistic. Some people like to eat this. This is kind of like, it's like the same stuff I think they call like the butter in crawfish. It's not bad. It looks a bit unappealing, and these are the gills, which are not edible. And trust me, I've tried. We'll get rid of the gills. And I like to just kind of break them in half and get to work. You know, there's really, at this point, it's just to crack them open. And there's, you know, a lot of people go for the claws and the legs first, but there's a lot of meat in the crab body. I mean, all that's meat. Look at that beautiful white meat. Look at that. And butter, crab loves butter. I mean, there's nothing better than crab with butter. I mean, it's just a natural match. And that's the problem, I generally don't cook the crab, because crab by itself is just so delicious already. And you can get all these fancy tools and stuff to help you eat the crab. What I've discovered is that the crab already comes with its own fancy tools, i.e. the claws and the legs. So if you need help getting some of the meat out, at that. Ah, it's delicious. You know, just use the pork crab's legs against him. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys how to eat a claw. So, what I first do is I always break it in half like that, and then I take off the movable part of the claw. I'm stuck on it because they are tasty. And then I know a lot of people, they're gonna cringe at this, but I always just use my teeth to crack this open. If you got a hammer or a rock or something, you know, but do it however you like. I don't bite through all the way. I just bite enough to crack it, and then I just peel away the shell like a hard-boiled egg. And there's the meat. And again, if you want to get the meat out, you've got the perfect tool right here. Let's see if I can get it out in one piece. Sometimes it sticks to the shell. Oh yeah, all right. That's it. A little bit of butter, a lot of butter. Yeah. Wow. Delicious. It's kind of a fun food, you know. Just sit on the beach, enjoy the view. Anyways, well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my breakfast, and hope you guys like the video.